Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Thanks for coming out. What we have here is a 2017 Troy-Bilt TB200 625 EXI engine. The scrapper, that's a retiree, does it 2 days a week. He just called me and said, hey, I picked one up this morning. Would you like to come out and look at it? So I did. I had been working on the group of 4 for 55 today, and then I took a quick break to go get this TB200. So we did a initial video on these. The Turo recycler started. The Husky fired off with Happy Juice. And then the Tecumseh, the double turd, I haven't done anything with that. And I'm working on this Boland's right now. This 2017 Boland's. We're going to look at this next. I'll come back to this and show you what I've done. It's a work in progress. I forgot to show you this pedal car I got from the scrapper last night for $5. I gave $5 for it. After the fact, I looked up online. These things go for about $3.50 new. What the deal is the steering wheel was broken. So Uncle Brad happened to stop by today, and I showed him the car, and he said, well, why don't you try going to pedalcars.com. I did, but I didn't see anything exactly like the one for this. So then he says, well, why don't you try a lawnmower wheel? They're about the same diameter, 6 or 7 inches. So I grabbed a couple of wheels. Issue is the bore is too big, too large. But I did find a barbecue grill tire that was mixed in with the same exact bore that I need. So I got to figure a way to manipulate this tire. It's going to be my new steering wheel. If you're from Berwyn, Illinois, like Uncle Brad, you're resourceful. This is for my granddaughter, by the way. I'm going to clean it up a little bit more. Hopefully my daughter doesn't have a cow because it's so beat up, but we'll find out soon enough. Let's get back to reality with the 2017. So when I got there, I noticed right away the muffler's off. I've never picked up a unit with a missing muffler. Don't know why someone would take this off. It's something that doesn't fail. Maybe the baffles will rust out if it's a 40-year-old unit. Otherwise, there's nothing on a muffler that's going to cause you issues. So don't know why somebody messed with that. The three bolts for the recoil, 2 were missing, and this thing was half off when I got it. So I threw another bolt on the recoil, and the threads are stripped. It's not grabbing very well. But it's good enough to hold it. I'll have to do a long bolt with the nuts on the bottom for this. There's a little bit of wiggle in it. We got oil. Deck condition is poor. I can do some pokey through the deck. Here I don't even have to. It's already showing rust through. That's rough. So let's see if we got gas. We do. Let's try starting it without juicing it. Issue being this is an automatic choke, so the wafer linkage is not hooked up to the thermostatic wafer, so it's not going to run, or may not even start without choking it. It might be on choke now. I can manually close the choke and just see what we got. Okay, extremely loud, as it should be with no muffler, but it did fire off on its own without any help. So I got to come up with a couple of bolts, which I'll be able to find in my junk section. I got about 4 or 5 cases with mufflers still attached. The engines have catastrophically failed, so I'm pulling parts off of those. I'll easily find a couple of bolts. Only issue would be if the threads are stripped out in the block. But if the threads are still good, I just need to reattach the linkage to the wafer. As the wafer heats up, the linkage goes to full open on the choke. As the engine cools down, this will spring back to closed position. Engine will be cold. It'll start with a closed choke. As it warms up, this will spring all the way to the open position, because the thermostatic metal in here expands due to the heat transferring from this piece of steel from the muffler. Looks like it's stainless. So I'm not going to run this without the exhaust. I'm going to get a couple of bolts and then try it, see if it'll continue to run, but I think we got issues with fuel. I don't know why in the hell somebody did the exhaust. Just getting a fuel sample. There's some crud in the tank. Tank will need to be cleaned out. Doesn't smell terribly bad. It is a little off color. I don't see any water, but the water could have settled to the bowl by now. Anyway, for 10, I'm happy. He said, I said 10. He said, how about 15? And I told him everything that I saw. He said, fine. $10 was fine. So this will be a low cost or low budget self-propelled unit here. I'm going to tilt it back and gauge the self-propelled bar and see if we got action as I pull it over. See if these wheels are going to turn. They did engage, so I think we're good on the front wheel drive. So there you have it. I got a crap load of projects, but it's about 80 degrees today. It'll be a nice day again tomorrow. I'll keep plowing through with the initial 4 for $55, and then I'll tackle this $10 unit, the 2017 TB200. What I may do tonight is degrease this thing, let it air dry overnight, and then start messing with this one as well. I appreciate you kids and cadets coming out to Tommy Time. There's always junk to be had. Sometimes it's oddball junk, but it's junk nonetheless. This has got 4 wheels, so we're always messing with junk on 4 wheels. This pedal car is no exception. Anyway, that's all I've got pretty much for you. I've already crazy glued a couple of cracks in the headlights. Uncle Brad said that would work, and it does seem to be working fine. I took the lenses off and super glued them from behind. Not that it matters, the thing's a hunk of junk, but anyway, we'll mess with it some more. Shaker can spray paint's a wonderful thing. Earl Scheib would be proud when this thing is all shaker canned. As always, tip your waitress and waitstaff. I appreciate you coming out. As always, please like and subscribe. Come back for more junk on 4 wheels. You're always going to find it at Tommy Time.